Leave it to some in the legacy media to defend the indefensible. Apparently, Jim Comey's bizarre seashell photo of 8647 is really Donald Trump's attack on free speech.
Yeah, so instead of calling out Comey on his violent rhetoric in this tweet, the Washington Post is saying that this is all about Donald Trump having hostility towards the First Amendment because the beach shells are clearly the president's fault. And you know the phrase, no press is bad press? Well, James Comey knows that because his new book is set to drop today. Interesting timing. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has all the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Charlotte. So as we know, James Comey has always positioned himself as this purveyor of propriety and norms in the Trump era. Now he's in that awkward position of trying to pretend he didn't send and endorse a coded threat against the president with this seashell photo. And of course, surprise, surprise, the legacy media is defending him. The Washington Post, for instance, framed Comey's Instagram posts as a heroic speech stand, slamming the Trump administration for punishing opponents for activity traditionally protected by the First Amendment, they say. While the New York Times framed their coverage as an attempt by the White House to harass perceived enemies. Yeah, it's the Trump administration's fault. Meanwhile, as you mentioned, Charlotte, Comey's moonlighting as a crime novelist now, churning out a series of books about a federal prosecutor taking on mobsters, terrorists, and corporate crooks. He brags the stories are loaded with insider know-how from his Department of Justice days, courtroom drama, high-stakes ops, the whole bit. His latest book is released today, and almost on script, he's insisting that his shell image wasn't a threat, just a political message that he eventually deleted. This from the FBI's former top cop and self-styled insider of insiders who now claims that he had no idea that 86 was slang for get rid of, claiming that he opposes violence of any kind. Well, the Secret Service isn't exactly taking his word for it. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed an active investigation, one that comes amid rising threats and violent rhetoric aimed at the Trump administration and his supporters, especially after two failed assassination attempts last year. I would say, Mark Shaw, that one silver lining for James Comey is that he has fresh material for his next crime thriller. You know, one about a disgraced FBI director who's hauled off in cuffs for making not-so-veiled threats against the sitting president. Could be an interesting read.
Well, that's not happening just yet.
Jason, so I mean, come on, though. Jim Comey went on MSNBC yesterday and doubled down on the fact that he had no idea what 8647 meant. I mean, he was just walking on the beach with his wife. That's why, you know, he's in so much trouble. I mean, you're telling me that former head, top law enforcement guy in the country, didn't know what it meant to 86 someone.
Yeah, I think I knew what that meant when I was 10 years old. But let's be honest, this guy was not just walking around on the beach and seeing that. He probably arranged those seashells himself and then took a photo to post it. But let's be honest, not only is he obviously the former head of the FBI and he doesn't know what basic street colloquialism means, 86 somebody, but he's also now this supposed crime thriller. So you have this crime novelist who doesn't even know the lingo as well. It is just all laughably unlikely that James Comey didn't know what he was doing, but we're all supposed to pretend that, he's just one big ignoramus when it comes to this type of law enforcement and street lingo.
I don't understand. I was just walking on the beach with my wife.
And like I said earlier, if you've ever seen Mission Impossible or a James Bond flick, I'm sure you've seen
a gangster flick.
Anything.
Yes.
All right. Jason, thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.